How we buy and sell roofs are changing forever. In this video, I will go over newest technologies in the roofing industry, and I will have honest conversation with my roofers and homeowners who are on the market to buy or sell a roof. It's a tough subject for roofers. Just a couple days ago, I announced partnership on one of my websites, newest plugin, and some contractors are going crazy. They are not accepting this new reality. They refuse to open their eyes and see it. But if you're the homeowner and you about to buy a roof or you're shopping for the contractor, I understand it's once in a lifetime experience. You only buy one or two roofs in your lifetime unless you live in Dallas or somewhere in Texas where it hails a lot. You might be getting roofs every 5 years, but you probably know how hard it is to find a contractor and what the process is to buy a new roof, because every time it hails for you, my Texas people, you get tons of door knockers. You have the same sales pitch that you're not going to come out of pocket, insurance is going to pay for it, or maybe your contractor is telling you that you're only responsible for your deductible. It doesn't matter. All of those scenarios are things of the past. The way we're going to be buying roofs in a few years is going to be completely different, because now we have technology and now we have softwares that are pushing the roofing industry and eating roofing industry alive. Let's talk about it. For the past 5-10 years, you probably noticed that another industry have changed and our experiences and our consumer behavior have changed. That is how we buy cars. Ford now just announced that they're building their own e-commerce. 50% of cars in Europe already sold on orders. 2 cars out of 3 that I own today, I bought on a pre-order. So it's happening. If you own a Tesla, you know what that experience looked like. You go to the store, you go online, you don't have a sales rep, you build your car, or you find used one somewhere in the country, and all the documents, all the sales process happening with an app. It's also happening in construction. Angie's List was one of the first companies, trailblazers in 2012, 2013, 14, that had storefront and big deals. Angie's List would work with the roofers, bigger ticket items, and other contractors as well. I know concrete guys who have been doing it. I know fence guys who have been doing it. They would work with the contractor and put together offer and would push it to all their members. We would have 20, 30 roofs sold per week when we were running those leads. And I'm talking about $6,500, $7,500 transactions. And unfortunately, we know what happened to Angie's List. Once Home Advisor purchased Angie's List, they realized it's much more profitable to sell consumers' data versus selling roofs or products or services online. And they adopted that model that was running since Service Magic. So pretty much, if you're the homeowner, this is what's happening to you. When you submit a request on Angie or Home Advisor, they sell that information to 4 or 5 homeowners. That's why they got fined by FTC of $7.2 million. A lot of unethical transactions happening there. But overall, we have a precedent. In 2013, 2014, we've been selling roofs online, and then it kind of went away. But now it's coming back. Why? Well, we have few big players. Roofle is one of them, kind of innovative technology. So you have merger of few different softwares in the space. You have aerial measurements, that's on a rise. Companies like EagleView, Roofer, even your Google Maps can tell you how big your roof is. Your labor is almost a set price in most markets. How much we pay our workers easily can be calculated. And materials in the roofing space all sell at a very close range. It's almost like buying oil, almost like buying sand. It's a commodity product. So asphalt shingles, 80% of the market is commodity product. So it's not very hard to calculate the rough roof cost. You don't need 5 or 10 estimates anymore. You can get a range what your roof should cost in your market very quickly. Now, some of you might not like the results, might not like the price, because price of roofing went up in the recent years. Labor went up because of labor shortages, and materials went up because of material shortages, a lot of greed. We still have a free marketplace, and no one canceled supply and demand. If your product is in high demand, you're going to raise your price. Not necessarily a greed thing, but more like smart business. But either way, you as a consumer should know what is going rate for that. I mean, 2 years ago, all the prices for cars went up and used cars were selling like new cars. Who could predict? It was a market condition. The way I, Dmitry Lipinski, conduct my business is I treat my customers like I would treat my mom. So if my mom called me today and say, Dmitry, I'm buying 2020 Toyota Camry for $35,000, what do you think I'm going to do? Of course, I'm going to go on the internet. I'm going to do quick search. I will figure out if $35,000 for 2020 Camry is a good price. You can figure out how much car cost, with a few searches within under 5 minutes. That's because car industry have changed. It wasn't like that 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you would have to go into the lots, and 10 years ago, no dealer would put their pricing online. Everyone was playing games. You go there and you negotiate on the lot. What do we have today? Price, sell. Now, we still make decisions on the lots, but as a consumers, we won. Well, roofing industry is heading that way. And today, more and more contractors are willing to put prices on their websites. So we actually played with a company called Roofle. We decided to partner up with them. If you go to roofinginsights.com and you type in your address, you're going to get a price. I'm going to give you the most educated answer I possibly can. I treat you like I treat my own family because you are my family. I've been in this business for 7 years. I sold my roofing company, and today I give advice. It's free to you. We don't charge you anything. You submit your information now. Because it's still early, I will tell you at the end of the video how to get exact price, still free to you. Let me tell you the story of our partnership with Roofle first. So we partner up with a company called Roofle, and they are pioneer in this space. So it's not perfect. There's few variations here, but they're coming pretty close. Let me show you some feedback just from first couple days running it and testing it. So we put it on a website and we ask people to test it in their market because we have to adjust the price per market. So prices are not final. Roofers, and the more data we have, roofers and us knowing how much roofers charge can adjust the data. Hey, Dmitry, I tried Roofle on a house we're about to do. It's close for sure. Not sure how it would play out on a roof that is more complex. The difference was $793. With a JF product though, not sure if amount would provide a for certainty or OC was enough. So this is very rough. This is not on their websites, and I'll explain the difference. This is on roofinginsights.com. And not sure, like I just gave people, my roofers, my number, and they were texting me. So this is 859 number. Rick Rees, the area code is 817, says, your price came in at $13,290. Mine came in at $13,841. Attached roof scope comparison regarding measurements. And he also said something else. I entered the address of another job site I'm about to start. The address isn't found on RoofScope, Eagle View, or any other aerial measurement site, but this one seems to find it. That's pretty awesome. I didn't complete the process because it's a metal roof. Chris Parker says, your price per square is about 60% of the market average here outside of Detroit. Please tell me you aren't going to publish cut rate prices and help push the market into a race to the bottom because customers think these prices reflect reality. No, these prices don't reflect reality. This is free trial, if you will. This is just testing technology, and we working as we speak with the Roofle and other providers. But this is the future, and we will figure it out. It's not the super accurate yet, but it's getting there. Dave says, I put in a roof a buddy is doing in North Dakota, and Roofle was closed. He bid it $1K higher than Roofle. It was a 31 square roof, 612 medium pitch. Roofle had it at 12.5. I threw my house in there from Utah, and it was spot on. I'm guessing there's more data to pull from in Utah than remote North Dakota. So 2 houses, one is spot on, another one is $1,000 off. Shaw says, I agree with all the contractors. Measurement seems off, but still good to give customers a price instantly. I want you to think about it from customer perspective. Every time it hails, it's already a stressful experience. And on top of that, you have all these door knockers and all these aggressive contractors who come to your door fighting for your business and telling you that you need them to provide you with an estimate. And they're not just giving you estimates, they're pressuring you into the sale, which where you don't even know how much it should be. You don't have enough time in a day to do all the research, and all the companies come to you. It's painful. That's why I love internet. And I know the salespeople, the sales gurus of the world, they hate this. They hate the internet in general because internet makes you vulnerable. Internet exposes you, and internet helps you connect. But we love your Ubers. We love Amazon, and we actually adjust super quickly to something like Uber or Lyft. The moment you get used to technology, technology makes your life much better and easier. And this is what this is going to be. Whether you like it or don't like it, this should be a wake-up video for all my contractors. Maybe we're not there this year because of the comments like this. I have Roofle and was only contractor in Houston running in for a long time. The cost is determined by the contractor and not Roofle, at least in my area. This is how it works in all the areas. The challenge is the contractors are not willing to install this plugin on their website. Contractors who install Roofle on their own websites will have accurate price representing their price. They're not going to have this problem. Now, for me, I don't know how much you charge, so I'm going to go with the average, and we're going to adjust our pricing based on our community. So if I have 20 roofers in Dallas, Texas, charging average rate, let's say it's $500 a square, we're going to adjust Roofle at roofinginsights.com at $500 a square. Because if I give a recommendation, if I tell homeowner that they have $15,000 roof, I promise you I will find someone to do it for $15,000. Now, when I do that, I also going to guarantee the transaction. And homeowners who need my help, if you trust me and my expertise, comes with my own money. I don't give bad recommendations. I'm not home advisor. I'm not BBB. I'm not here just listing contractors. I'm recommending them to you, and I'm telling you, if you do business with them, I will personally guarantee the transaction. If they screw the job, we're going to step in and we're going to cut a check. This is how much confidence I have. Joe Hamster says, and I know Joe, he's outside of Chicago, per square price seems okay. Based on the squares it came up with, but measurements are 21% low compared with my Eagle View. So that's another problem. You comparing product, and by the way, thank you, Joe, so much for feedback often on our videos. Eagle View is paid service. So when you pay for service, pay for report is going to be more accurate. Where you use something like Eagle View or something you do from aerial measurements that are available on the internet, especially for free, of course, it's going to be a little bit off, but it's just telling you and showing you where it's heading. Fur Call says, your best is $8,300 and our cost $12,000. I think there's no waste in the estimate, wear and hire. This tool is pretty cool, just need to get weight on it. Integris Roofing says, pricing was too low for our market here in Houston. And by the way, it's probably fifth comment from Houston, Texas about low pricing. I guarantee you we're going to raise the price there. So next time, after you watch this video and you go, if you're in Houston, go and recheck it again. I promise you it's going to be higher. I compare it 1 to our jobs in the area was accurate without the waste. Is Roofle including waste? Good question. We'll have to check and see if it does or doesn't. The app calculated $1,287 with the price of $5,100. Accurate squares without a waste. Many comments comment about the waste, and most likely, if you think about it, most likely it doesn't calculate the waste. It gives you accurate measurements because that's what it measures. Your estimate should cover the waste because it's cost of the job. But I see the point, and I wouldn't be surprised if waste, it's too hard for them to calculate. Actual calculations were 13 squares with a 15% waste, 15% price job was done for $7,500. It was 2 layers. If the job would have been 1 layer, it would have been $6,700. I love the idea in technology, but so of course it's not as accurate, and there's a few more factors here. Like you need to know how steep the roof is. You need to know the layers. But if you do know those things, if you can't figure out online, this is gold. Shaw says the price won't be the same because you have to set up price per square in your area. Shane Wilson said, ask, Doesn't Eagleview have a lawsuit against them now? No, Eagleview have legal action against Roofer. This is Roofle, different company. Then Roofing and Siding. Check the price on the house in Missouri. Our price $13,400. Online price $11,800. I don't know, it's off quite a bit. Thank you. Charlie Webster, off by $2,500 on a small house. Roofer has something similar to this. Green Country Roofing says, put my house in. Our cost would be $14,400 and Roofle price was $13,480. The difference of $960. Looks like the size of the roof measurements are off on Roofle. And many others says the price are way low. So again, it's a 50-50 feedback for us. Here's how it really works. If you're the roofing contractor, you can actually get exact pricing on your website. But of course, you have to pay. And when you pay for the service and you do install it on your website, you will not have this problem of prices too low, too high. If you are the homeowner looking for the price, we will help you to find a contractor and we'll guarantee the transaction. If you're the roofing contractor though, and you like to play with something like Roofle and you finally understand that idea that listing your price online on your website is not a threat to your business, I would highly recommend sign up with Roofle. Think about a Roofle as a sales rep who's sitting 24/7 on a computer and gives everyone who comes to your website accurate price. Now, I know it might sound scary, but think about how you buy cars. Think about how you buy everything else these days. When you, as a business owner, do something that's good for the consumer, you always win. Maybe not right away, but you always win. When you have your price online and you tell them how much it costs to do the business with you before they do business with you, you build trust. People know how much it costs, they know what your brand is all about, and they give you opportunity to earn their business. By the way, just because you listed price online does not mean that you have to honor it or give them a contract or they can push you into honor an online price because they've seen the price before you've seen the job. Be smart about it. You can put fine print. You can explain to them that they have 2 layers, that their job is more complicated. You get the idea. I know I've done it for years. 10 years ago, I was selling roofs online. You can do it. So if you want to play this game on a long term, you have to invest in technology because software right now, software companies are eating roofing industry. It's changing. More and more homeowners are making their decisions online. My prediction for this industry, not only we're going to be able to see the price, but we're going to be able to buy roofs online in the very near future. This is what we're building here at Roofing Insights and Directory.com. And this is kind of tools I want to partner up, recommend to everyone. So if you're part of Directory, use Directory 500 to get $500 off at Roofle. I believe they charge yearly. I highly recommend look at it to install it on your website. Now, I don't get paid, by the way, to recommend them. I mean, we partner with them and we have different relationships, but you buying from Roofle does not put dollar in my pocket. But I want you to look at it like you would look at hiring full-time salesperson who will do sales for you, because it will help you sell jobs. Guaranteed. Comment below what you think. If you're skeptical, air your skepticism in comments. I want to reply and read and understand why you don't like it. If you love it, tell me what's missing in the concept. If you're the homeowner and you need my help, Directory.com is the website where you're going to find all my recommendations. Or go to roofinginsights.com, submit the form, put your address, and we'll tell you exactly how much your roof should be, and I'll recommend few roofers in your area. I'll see you guys in the next video. Give it a like if it brought any value to you. See you.